And we've decided this year to get someone who is a representative of the underdog, an unsung hero, a man who loves the game, knows the game, but probably can't play the game, which is most of us, isn't it? I call him the Johnny Knoxville of AFL commentators and tipsters. And some people call him the poor man Sam Newman when it comes to commentating on the AFL, but I think he is Sam Newman and other guys. His name is Heywood. Now, there's only one place to go. That is to where Heywood is at.
Oh, Mike, maybe not quite, but look, really, it is an absolute pleasure for you to have me on your show. I'm really very excited. Look, how can a club recover from the loss of Judd and Cousins, Mike? It'll take them many years. They still have Big Dean Cox, but how many holes can Big Cox fill? I don't like their chances for a while yet, Mike. Goodness, Mike, what about Cuz? The Tigers fans have gone absolutely mad down there. They're as high as Michael Phelps at a college party.
Okay.
I have not seen this many man crushers since the Hoff laughed straight down the beach in his red budgie smugglers. This is unbelievable, Mike. What about all those rush behinds from Hawthorn, though, Mike? A little bit controversial. I haven't heard of that many behinds being rushed since Elton John last visited the Sydney Mardi Gras. Unbelievable. Coach Terry Wallace, goodness, he's under the pump. I like to call him the glove box, Mike.
Do you?
Full of crap and you can't shut him up.
He'd be good on radio with that voice of his too, wouldn't he?
Goodness me, he loves the sound of his own voice.
Poor old Terry.
He is in trouble, Mike. It could be goodbye glove box by the end of the season.
He
might not even
on?
last that long. He is in all sorts. The back line for Collingwood's a little bit of a worry when Simon Presmi Giacomo is your main man, but you've got young Shannon Cox, who seems to slot in nicely in front of Goldsack down there. I think that the Pies can get over the line here.
Heywood's hack is another Richmond boy.
Well, Richmond boy, the Cuz, we love him. The most controversial bird caught on camera since Boris the Chicken, Mike. It was, as far as birds go, Mike, I don't know if you saw it.
I saw it.
It was a good one.
I saw it.
Hard and straight and very, very erect, Mike.
Yeah,
the thumb was tucked in nicely behind, really very good form.
Like he was a rooster, wasn't he? He was sort of strutting, arrogantly strutting.
He had that look in his eye. I haven't seen a finger getting this many headlines since Hopewadi, Mike.
Richmond with the new coach. You never know what they might do.
First match for Jade Rawlings. I was a little bit confused when they named the new coach, Mike. I wasn't sure if it was Jade Rawlings or Yana Rawlings. Similar names.
You're drawing a long bow there.
The only difference is, Mike, Yana recently got a bad boob job. Well, Jade just got a bad job.
you got Yana and Maureen onto me. I can't handle.
Who would coach Richmond, Mike Fanningham? What is he doing? What about these umpire cards, though, Mike? That seems a bit strange.
I don't know much about those.
Well, you know how we got playing cards,
Yes, I've got
Mike?
those, yes.
Well, they put cards out for the umpires.
Really?
So I'm not sure what's going on there. I think it's like a deck of cards. There certainly wouldn't be any hearts in the pack, Mike.
No, there wouldn't be.
There'd be quite a few jokers and maybe a couple of queens in there. And you definitely, if you're playing poker, you wouldn't get a straight out of that, Mike. No way at all.
I think I'll hang on to my Des Tuddenham and Darryl Baldock cards.
Goodness gracious, Mike. Yes, what about Sam Mitchell last week? Had a beer poured over his head at half-time. He said he stunk after that. Mike, he stunk before that. He had 3 touches in the first half. Seen homeless men in Garema Place with more possessions than that, Mike. Look.
You notice they're all with a Y, Hawley and Roosie. If you know, is that something in football clubs or not?
Oh, it's just an Australian thing, Mikey. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Thank you. Sydney plays Essendon tomorrow.
Yes, and Barry, he's gone now. It's all over. And what's going on up there in Sydney, Mike? What about there was a defecation in the NRL in the corridor? Mike,
was it an accident?
It might have been, but Mike, what do the Sydney
Aren't we entitled to an accident once in our life?
Well, they do, but what do the Sydney Swans and the Sydney Roosters have in common?
I don't know.
Recently, they both had to deal with shitty halls.
Okay. Brisbane Lions and Geelong. It's the night game.
Yeah, interesting. Look, the Cats got a few injuries, Mike. There's more cats on ice than a Chinese restaurant kitchen this week. Look, they were disappointing in their loss last week to the Port Adelaide Power, the Weagles. Darren Glass looked particularly shattered. So what about Big Tom Hawkins down there for the Cats?
Yeah.
Looks like his dad, Jack Hawkins, but he plays like Jennifer. Look, I think the Cats just over the Hawks, but the Hawks are starting to look dangerous again.
Can't use that one again.
Look, Look, he must be very close to his Brisbane Broncos teammates, Mike. Wasn't he caught in a toilet cubicle with them, a couple of them last year?
Only two of them.
Only two?
And one of their girlfriends, I think. They were...
Goodness me, Mike. Toilet cubicles indeed. I'm confused now, Mike. Are we dealing with Carmichael or George Michael? Fair dinkum, Mike. This is unbelievable.
Well, I don't know about that. Western Bulldogs will play West Coast at Docklands tomorrow.
Yes, the Weagles. Bad news for them this week. Big Dean Cox looks like he's going to have groin surgery.
Yeah.
He's having a GRS procedure, Mike.
Which would be?
Groin reduction surgery for Big Cox.
Okay.
So they're going to struggle without him for the rest of the year.
That's funny, because I'm getting a lot of spam at the moment for the other way round.
Yes, no, I'm not sure about that, Mike. But,
okay.
The Doggies will win this game.
I reckon West Coast could beat. I mean, I don't usually tip, but with your permission, I reckon I'd like to tip this.
Mike,
West Coast could beat Adelaide.
Mike, you don't usually tip, and
no.
I can see why. That's ridiculous. The Crows will win this by a mile, Mike.
A lot of responsibility rests on your shoulders. You know, people do take partially seriously what you say.
Oh, it can be a bit much sometimes, Mike.
But you're up for it.
I am a bit sore today, though. I went to a seafood rave disco last night and pulled a muscle, Mike. But, look, I'll battle on. Look, just while we were talking about athletics before, another one of my heroes this week, Stephen Hooker. Did you see his performance? The pole vaulter?
Well, I know who he is, but I don't know what he's done recently.
Well, he won the World Championship gold medal, Mike, on his first attempt of pole vaulting the other week.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a hooker ride a pole like that on their first attempt, Mike? It was
no.
fantastic to behold.
Thank you so much, Heywood.
Mike, the pleasure has
Have a
been
good
all
weekend.
Yours. But look, I am feeling a lot more secure. I've noticed that since that singer Susan Boyle has been on TV, there's been a marked drop in suicide bombing, Mike.
Has there?
Yes.
Why is that?
Apparently a lot of the terrorists didn't realise what a virgin looks like. So it's wonderful news, Mike. It's really going well.
You're a disgrace right off the bat.
Now, a few ins and outs for Collingwood here. We've got in Dick, Wood and Goldsack. I'm surprised they didn't bring Shannon Cox in as well there, Mike. Well, the Hawks were gutsy last week. Stewie Dew in particular shows a lot of guts, that boy. Apparently they were struggling to find a Guernsey big enough for him this season until they came across an out-of-use hot air balloon, which they managed to squeeze over his giant midriff.
Damien Drum.
He was hopelessly out of rhythm as a coach, Mike. He had only 25% winning record. And look, Mike, I've got commentators on my mind this week. I heard Bruce McAvaney last week refer to Cyril Rioli as delicious. Can you believe that?
Heavens above, that's careful.
Turn it up, Brucey.
What sort of wine would he have with the Cyril Rioli?
Oh, goodness gracious. I just hope Stewie Dew doesn't see Cyril Rioli in the same way. He might actually eat him, Mike.
Little muffin that he is.
Still not feeling the best this week. I've been a bit worried about the swine flu.
Oh, it's deadly, isn't it?
Oh, boy, I rang the hotline this morning, Mike, but I had a bad line. All I could hear was crackling. It's unbelievable, Mike. Look, everyone's carrying on like pork chops.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
Hogging the headlines with swine flu stuff.
Keep going, you got two more.
Well, there's no more left there. Oh, Mike, I've got an excuse. I actually haven't been feeling too well this week, and I went to the doctor this morning, and I said to her, Doc, I'm not feeling too flush. What do you think's wrong with me? She says, Heywood, you've got to stop playing with yourself. I said, really, why is that? She said, because I'm trying to examine you.
Port Adelaide plays St Kilda tonight. Do you like that?